Hi there, Carla Barila Karam with my fifth video, my fifth step in 5 steps to drop shipping. This is the fifth step. We've talked about getting started in drop shipping and building a solid foundation. These are all things that I've learned in my drop shipping career here. And so in step number 5, we are going to talk about social media tips. Hey, we all have friends, we all post, and we all use the hashtags. So let's get some tips here, okay? First off, as in tradition here, to be social is an informal social gathering, especially when organized by the members of a particular club or group. Okay, and media is the main means, besides being plural for medium, it's the main means of mass communication, especially television, radio, newspapers, and now the internet. And they're all regarded collectively so. And then when we put those two together, social media is websites and applications that enables users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So that's what we're working on with our social media. And it could be a little bit crazy, especially if you've only done it on a personal level. You do not want to end up throwing up all over yourself. So let's start. There's just so much having to do with this. It can be totally overwhelming. I mean, look at all the social media sites that we have. Holy cannoli. Wow, there's quite a few there that I belong to. That's for darn sure. I'm sure that you guys can see some that you recognize as well. Now, handled wrong, social media can totally crash on you. You can end up really falling flat on your face. But used properly, it can help you in such a wonderful way. You're doing your own marketing. So again, don't throw up all over yourself. So here's some beginning tips with social media, especially if you've never done it and you're going into this with your drop shipping business, or you've done it on a very small scale on a personal, in your personal life. What you want to do is have a plan. Starting off without a social media plan or some kind of standards can set you up for failure. Know what you're up against. Without a plan, social media can quickly become a hindrance rather than the booster that you intended it to be. So, and with your goals, look at social media is that too. In practicing with social media, practice the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Be professional, always. There's no trying. Be positive. No one likes negativity, okay? You know, no one likes negative Nelly on their social feed or wall. Nor is it the place to air your grievances either. There's a small gray line there, okay? Always be professional. Be courteous, be polite, and if by chance someone gets out of line with you, okay, let's say they leave a really ugly comment on your thread, just leave the comment, and the best thing to do is to handle it privately, give them a call. Again, phone calls. Smile when you're calling them. They can hear the tone in your voice as opposed to sending a text message or a private message via Facebook. It can have the right verbiage, but they can take it wrong. So if giving them a call would be your first choice, the second one would be giving them a private message via whatever social media. If you can't call them, at least be very kind and gentle with your words. You want to socialize on social media. Be social, be conversational. Social media is more than a one-way street. You don't just want to be sharing somebody else's pictures all the time. That's great. If you read somebody's post and it encourages you, or their picture encourages you, if you're going to share their picture, put your personal twist to it. Have something to say about that photo, how it applies to what you're doing, how life is, whatever. And also make sure to listen well and hear what your followers or your audience is posting on your wall or on your post, commenting. The infamous blank photo. Please, 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 please complete your profile. And which this includes a picture of you. People connect with people. Remember that. And speaking of photos, please be professional. Be respectful. You don't want your mom and dad seeing some crazy stuff on Facebook. Do not expose too much of yourself. Remember, more and more people verify you via social networks, including your future boss, possibly a future husband, your pastor, people from your company. People have gotten fired for less things. And as a bonus, as a little bonus, little tidbit in here, social media networks like LinkedIn, they reward their members for their profile completeness, and what they'll do is they'll rank them up higher in the search listings. And not only LinkedIn is doing this, but I know that a lot of other social networks are also jumping on this bandwagon. Posting. Post frequently and consistently, but don't overshare. Don't become white noise, okay? Sure, there'll be days where things are happening, parties, events, and everything like that. That's understandable. Again, provide value. Just provide value with what you're posting. Which brings me to my next point, is don't be a robot. Don't use that automatic listing tool that like Facebook or I think there's I forget what it's called. I even have it, but I don't even use it, where you can set up where you want your post to be posted at a certain time. Some social networks like Facebook in particular, they're going to penalize you for using these kind of apps like Hootsuite. That's what I was trying to remember. Versus publishing direct to Facebook. Write content specifically for your platform and put in that time. And please, please don't spam people. Don't overmarket. Don't spam. Be warned. Okay. If you do this in groups, most groups they'll delete and block you. People will unfriend you. Whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit, no one wants to be overwhelmed with offers to spend money. Be creative about showing people why you're so great. Which brings me to our next beginning area, hashtags. Do not go crazy with the hashtags, people. There is nothing more annoying than having every word in an update hashtag. I mean, look at that. It doesn't stand out at all. Okay? And another thing, too, is your grammar. Please. Just because you're on social media doesn't mean you can forget about your spelling and grammar. Who wants to read bad grammar or misspelled words? If you're a professional, it's not going to give you a good outlook, a good report, you know. My last other beginning bullet point here is plagiarism. Huge no-no. If you read something online or anywhere, let me back up a little bit. Okay, we know who Shakespeare is. We know who Tom Sawyer, Hemingway. We know all these famous writers and everything. Quote them. You know what? You look more educated when you give somebody acclamation and you give them credit. And just because you read something and you think it's clever, and just make an effort to give people credit. If you read something that somebody else wrote, share their post. Share their post. Right there it tells you what they said. Now, if you don't want, let's say that they posted something with a picture, you don't want the picture, then what you're going to do is just copy what they said and just, add your own twist to it. Like, as my great friend Jane Smith said, blah, 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 blah. Love this. And then add your own picture or whatever. Always give credit, please. Okay? So these are some important social media do's and don'ts. Okay? Do focus on people. Do not focus on money. It just does not. It's about building relationships. You're going to get further building relationships than you are making a quick buck. Okay? The reputation you'll get, be flexible. Don't always go by the book. Okay? That kind of goes back to my script kind of point. Be creative in what you post, but don't be scared of trying new things, okay? Think outside the box, all right? Use people's names whenever you can in your post, all right? This is part of edifying. And don't be generic or unconcerned with your responses, okay? Be genuine, okay? Do respond to your messages and tags, as opposed to do not ignore your inquiries, okay? Talk about your friends' passions. Don't talk only about yourself and your products. Okay, there's more to life. Life doesn't revolve around you. Seek loyalty in relationships. Don't seek to be famous. Here are a few more bonus tips. These are total bonus tips, okay? Get new exposure. Try to get new exposure. If you only have a few friends, put most of your shares in your posts to public instead of friends. Host a hangout or a chat. You can use Google, Facebook. You can hold chats, Twitter chats. Allow your followers and your audience to get to know you personally. You'll get a lot further there. Host a webinar, a hangout, a chat where followers can ask specific questions. Just with videos alone, you'll get a world of exposure. There's something about being able to ask an expert a direct question live than there is about sending them and listening to their voice or what have you. Your audience is appreciate your transparency, and your rate of engagement is going to increase along with your impact. Be consistent. Don't post daily. Post tips. Post positive. Don't become white noise. Be interesting. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Whenever possible, include a picture, an image with your posts. Visuals sometimes bring your posts home, bringing life to your words. Also, think about timing and trends. Or is it trends and timing? Anyways, trends, breaking news, other unexpected events can be the perfect opportunity to socially emphasize your brand and make a splash. Unforeseen circumstances are golden opportunities to leverage your message on social media and help your brand stand out a little bit more. And also think ahead, be prepared. Think ahead for like special birthdays or holidays. You know, you want to put a special graphic together, do it ahead of time so you're not caught off guard. Be authentic. Provide value. Create content that educates your users, even if it's just to be positive and encouraging. It helps them improve their game. They will become loyal followers and genuinely engage with your content. It also helps you to become an expert in your field. Another great tip would be to be true to yourself. Be true to your brand. Be consistent in your voice and share what is relevant to you and your followers. People are following you and engaging with your brand because they feel a connection with you. Personally, I follow particular people or brands because I like their tone or their images appeal to me, or their ideas align with my ideas. Another thing with your posts, be straight to the point. Be brevity is a key. Keep your text short and straight to the point. Eliminate any unnecessary or weakening words. This includes industry speak and jargon. Another great thing to do in your posts is to edify and give credit where credit is due. And this is part of the opposite of plagiarism, I guess you could say. If quoting someone, I know we covered this a little bit, give their credit. If it's not plagiarism, you know, if somebody is quoting someone and they didn't give them credit, you don't want to quote them. You would just be following in that. Also, if you love what someone posted, share their post. You're lifting them up by doing this. Remember, you reap what you sow. It's not all about you either. Like people's posts, interact. Like people's posts, interact. Laugh or not. But don't get political and don't get involved in a political public argument either. Not good. Be businesslike. Remember the golden rule. You sprinkle happy dust around and you'll start to see more smiles and more likes everywhere. This finishes up our fifth step in our 1 of 5 video training. The first one that in our video series was on mindset and investing in yourself. This is because we need to build on a solid foundation. So check out our first video. This is going to help you always. And number 2, we covered about setting goals. Setting goals also is something great, because we need a purpose, we need a direction, we have to have a plan in mind, and you'll always be doing that. In video 3, we talked about main accounts, opening the accounts necessary for drop shipping. This all goes hand in hand in your business, especially if you're going to help others build their businesses. You want to build a brand for yourself. Number 4, we covered customer service tips. Check it out. There's some pretty good tips in there, and we'll make other videos on that as well. Just leave your comments on any of this and we can elaborate. Also, in this last video, we covered social media tips. It was great fun. And also, you can find this video series in Spanish as well. Thanks a lot, Carla, Barila, Karam. And until our next video series, we'll see you then. Take care.